Tiberio Okeny Atwoma, a Ugandan politician. Tiberio Okeny Atwoma is a bulldozer of politics, a man who dearly value human rights. He spent most of his life fighting for our freedom. He was just more than a politician. He was just more than a politician. He predicted that the people of Acholi land will one day be put into concentration camp. We didn't listen to his warning. But even today, we still listen to the song that 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗊𝗲𝗍, meaning that Acholi will go back to the camp. We were put into concentration camp. We didn't listen. And we didn't take his warning seriously. And later, we found ourselves into a concentration camp that took a long time to get out of it. A nationalist who stand tall, defending the truth, fought for the unity of the people of Uganda. Tiberio Okeny Atwoma and 𝗕𝗂𝗲𝗍𝗲 team were the two bulldozers of politics, the two leaders the two politicians who stood firm, never crossing over to Uganda People's Congress. As I said before, they tried to lure them with all gifts, but they did refuse to cross over. If you ask me, did we learn any lesson from the warning he gave us? I would tell you no. We have not learned our lesson at all. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss your daily source of information on Uganda. Let me be clear and let's get started. Did we learn any lesson from the warning of Tiberio Okeny Atwoma about the concentration camp? No, we didn't learn any lesson at all. We came back after many years from the concentration camp, and we are pretending as if nothing did happen. Instead, we are creating a new concentration camp. The second one, which is a very serious one. People are complaining that they have poverty. I don't believe in it. You may have a little bit of poverty, but a person who has a house, who has a small land, you can use that ground behind your house to produce as much food as you can. This business of saying, I am in poverty, simply because you are used to give out by the non-government organization when you were in the camp. It made you lazy, and you are now home, and you don't even want to dig. A small land behind your house can produce whatever food you want for your daily subsistence. But we don't want that. We want quick money. And the second concentration camp, we are creating it ourselves. Some of our people, with a little bit of money, they are buying people's land. And those who are coming from outside, they are buying people's land. People are selling land so that they can buy 𝗕𝗏𝗏 and make quick money. And let me tell you something. That 𝗕𝗏𝗏 you buy, if a lorry knocks you down, then it's the end of that land you sold. And it's the end of that 𝗕𝗏𝗏. And then you remain with nothing. So we didn't listen to the words of Tiberio Okeny Atwoma, the warning. And we are making the same mistake again. When it came to the round of people who build Uganda, I thought I would raise these questions of concentration camp and selling of the land. That is something he would have not endorsed. He had been teaching us right from the beginning about what is going to happen. His prediction about Acholi would go back to 𝗲𝗏, concentration camp, in fact. We are going back again. Now, the second one is the worst one, because you are going to sell all your land, and by the time you realize that you don't have anything anymore, you'll start crying. You'll start running left and right. But where are you going to run to? Nobody is going to receive you with open hand. And then at the end, you end up becoming Bulalu, because you'll have no place to sleep. You'll be going from places to places. So you better wake up, guys. I know. Don't let anybody deceive you that we have poverty. We don't have poverty. If you have a land behind your house, you can grow your cassava, you can grow your potatoes, you can grow your greens. These are the best food the world are fighting for. These are the best food you are advised to eat everywhere you are, vegetables. So how does poverty come next to you when you have your land? You can produce your food. If you cannot produce your food because you are invalid, I'll donate something for you. But don't sit there and just wait because you think everything that is coming from Europe, you have about 10 friends who are sending you $500,000 every 4 months. No. That is a bankrupt mentality. Tiberio Okeny Atwoma, a veteran politician, once told us that the Acholi people may be poor, weak, but they're human beings. He said that the government does not respect the Constitution in the first place and human rights. We deserve a democratic government, a government that respects human rights of the people. He was crying loud. He saw the suffering of his people. All over Uganda. When you play with the life of your people, it makes you a dangerous person in the world. You then begin to look you then begin to lose sight of what is happening in the country you rule. We still remember people who were killed in trading centers after a security operation took place at a Catholic church in Namukora. They were later packed in a Fiat lorry, soldiers firing from all directions, and many people were killed. And many people were killed. Many people were tied with ropes using Kandogoya style of punishment. When your hand is tied together with the elbow touching behind the chest, I lost a brother too. Julius Peter Odu Moromoy was tied using the same style in Ginger when they came to power. He died of the same torture in Ginger. And when you look at the death of 𝗲𝗲 Okot, remain a mystery. He was NRM, LC3 chairman, chairman of Namukora. He's a politician like Tiberio Okeny. They never stop talking about the truth. about what is happening, about our suffering, about our problems. That is why I do respect this man, even after death. It is a pity that most of our people talk of life branch when we really don't understand what our life branch is all about. When you are beaten, killed, after offering olive branch, then you should have realized that olive branch is just a political slogan without guarantee. Tiberio Okeny Atwoma served the Democratic Party and he stayed with the same party until he wanted to send a message that I can stay with you, but you have to listen to your party cadre. When Paul Kawanga assumed leadership of the Democratic Party in 1984, he was re-elected as a leader over the challenge of Tiberio Okeny Atwoma. In response to his unsuccessful challenge, Atwoma established the National Liberal Party. That was just to show the fact that most of the people who joined the Democratic Party, some of them were being treated like nobody. And here are the men who kept the Democratic Party going when Amin took over power. They were there. They held on to their key, to their party, to their power. The party he formed, the new party, was later integrated within the Democratic Party. As I said before, Tiberio Okeny Atwoma and Alex Latim and the men of honor, they never crossed over to Uganda People's Congress. The beginning and the corruption in politics started a long time back. Opposition crossing over simply because their promise, position, ministerial position, or a job abroad, becoming ambassadors, they cross over. Those are gold seekers. Those are not real politicians. These two gentlemen stood firm and never crossed over, never wavered. In May 1964, Bachiringaya, who was the leader of the opposition, crossed over to Uganda People's Congress with a number of his fellow members of Democratic Party. The first time famous politicians defected to another party. And today, most of those opposition without principles are being bought or offered jobs, and they are crossing over like hell. It is happening now as I speak in most of our parliaments, and in other parliaments it may be less. But it is a shame. It is a shame. After the departure of Bachiringaya, Alex Atim became the third leader of opposition and Democratic Party Secretary General. The two gentlemen worked together. They kept that party. People like Tiberio Okeny Atwoma joined Democratic Party in 1959. He left the party in 1984 after an unsuccessful contest with Paul Ssemogerere. He formed then his own party, and that party was later integrated into the system. He died at 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗁𝗲 Hospital in Gulu. We lost a outspoken politician from Kitgum district, a man who was critical of both the government and his own people who have lost their ways. I feel proud and honored to have met Tiberio Okeny Atwoma before he died. The history of Acholi and the NRM is a mixture of sadness, sweet potatoes for few, and a lasting memory of sadness for many. I hope we all realize and go back and think twice about the warning Tiberio Okeny Atwoma gave the people of Acholi land for the first time, and we ended up in a concentration camp. Now